Like it's been forever since I've turned on a camera. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't even planning on turning on one today because I don't feel good. But I'm very happy I don't feel good, and I'll get into that. I don't know what this video is gonna be. We're recording because I feel like recording. I have a lot to update on. There's a lot going on right now, and it's a brand new year. I have to get ready for the day, so we're doing a little chit chat get ready with me session. As you can tell, I did end up rearranging my apartment, and so now I have my desk back over by the windows. My bed is in the middle there. My TV's right there. I should probably turn that off so that I'm not wasting energy. Today is January 10th. It is 12:57 p.m. Today has been a very weird day. Actually, let me just say, the past week and a half of my life has been crazy and also hell on earth at the same time, but like in the best way possible. This is gonna make a lot more sense here pretty soon, I promise. So first I want to start off with the fact that I have a new foundation that I'm absolutely in love with. I went to Ulta whenever I was in St. Louis last, and I was gonna get a new shade of my tinted moisturizer, which is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator, which I do really love this stuff. I have no issues with it, but this is the MAC Studio Radiant Serum Powered Foundation. It's like a medium buildable coverage. The way that it sits on my skin is amazing. It literally looks like my skin in foundation form. Sorry, this neckline is really bothering me. When I was at Ulta in St. Louis and I was trying to get shade matched for the other one, the girl who was shade matching me, I think she was like an ambassador for these or something. I don't know, but she asked me if she could try it on me, and I was like, sure, why not? I didn't buy it that day because I also wanted to see how it wore throughout the day. This is not sponsored, by the way. I really love this stuff. Not only does it feel light and it looks good on the skin, it has skincare in it. Let me look it up. There's 33 skincare ingredients, including a 10% hyaluronic acid solution. It hydrates your skin over time. It's just like really good. There's also niacinamide in it, a bunch of good stuff. So I wore it for that day. I ended up leaving Ulta with nothing except for the refills on my usual like concealer, mascara, brow gel, but I didn't leave with a foundation or a tinted moisturizer because I really wanted to think about that. It is a little bit expensive. It's definitely more pricey than the tinted moisturizer, but first of all, you can see that it's very liquidy because it's very lightweight, but even just doing that. Also, I feel like this shade works very well for me. At least like way better than the tinted moisturizer that I was using. So I wore it throughout the day, ended up falling in love with it and decided to invest in it. I think it was like $46 or something. And you don't need a whole bunch. I feel like this will last me a long time. I don't do a full face every day, but I've been doing more full faces recently, so might as well. Like that's insane. I have a pimple right there and it just covered that. I've never really tried MAC's products before. Obviously I know that MAC is a very good brand and they have a very good reputation, but there's nothing that really drew me to them. And I think it was because for a long time I didn't do a lip, and they're very known for their lip products, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so obviously the apartment is rearranged. We got some new decorations. I was trying out some stuff. That is one of the acrylic shelves that I bought whenever I first moved in here, and I wanted to see how it held with command strips. I did that like a week ago, and it's working out great. Over there we have a new setup for the tray. It's just not as cluttered and it looks better. Baker's rack is over here. I have a few new upgrades. Like I got new utensils. I now have black utensils, matte black silverware. Kind of wanted to change the silverware I had before. I had for a long time. I got some new cooking utensils, you know, like spatulas and the big pasta spoons and stuff like that. So now they look more aesthetically pleasing. I also got a comforter. I completely forgot about that. That's what I got for Christmas from my dad. Ordered it on Amazon, but that comforter is phenomenal. It's the Buffy Cloud Comforter. I'll have it linked to my storefront if you want to check it out. But I had really good reviews on multiple different blogs, and it has really good reviews on Amazon, and I can say that I really love it. And it has definitely changed the way that I sleep. My temperature is a lot more controlled, and I think that I get deeper sleep using that rather than a blanket. So besides the apartment, there are a couple of other life updates. 2 days ago, school started for me, which I'm super happy about. I have already started on assignments. I plan to do a lot of schoolwork today. Today is, like I said, very weird. So the last week of my life, I have been having a lot of anxiety, stressing out a lot because last week was my luteal phase. I've been taking you guys along through like my PCOS journey and all this other stuff, the journey with birth control. So a quick rundown if you are not caught up. I've had some issues with stress, issues with food, stuff like that. I ended up losing my period last year, didn't know what was going on. Went to the doctor, did some blood tests, found some things. I was diagnosed with PCOS, was put on a birth control, hated the birth control. I was only put on it to regulate my cycles, make sure that I still had a period. You have to have one, otherwise very bad things can happen. And then I started doing more research because I love to research and I become completely obsessed with things. Found out about this thing called hypothalamic amenorrhea, which started to make a lot more sense to me, especially with the findings on my blood work. After 3 months of the birth control and kind of going through hell on that, I decided to stop taking it. And I had also, during those 3 months, tried to fix my diet and exercise habits, took time off the gym, incorporated more healthy fats, and wanted to see if all of my issues could be fixed naturally. So this last month, off of the birth control, I can confidently say that that was the best decision for me. I feel so much better off of it, especially mentally, but also physically. I don't feel as bloated or weighed down. I feel like I have more energy. Even the people that I work with, I was like, can you tell that I'm off birth control? And they were like, yes, your entire demeanor has changed. I knew that birth control was just not the right move for me at all. And also I was just so genuinely convinced that I could fix this naturally. I don't know how else to describe it except for the fact that it was just a gut feeling. Like I knew that I didn't have PCOS. PCOS didn't make sense to me. I was kind of diagnosed with it out of the blue. The things that came back on my blood tests and the things we saw in ultrasounds, like yes, it kind of correlated, but not really enough for me to be like, yeah, this makes sense. It was this whole thing. Obviously, this has controlled my life for a very long time. The last natural menstrual cycle I had was last March. And I have been through so many things mentally and physically because of not having a menstrual cycle. So I started looking more into hypothalamic amenorrhea and it started to make more sense to me. And there were also some things that were found on my second blood test that kind of correlated with hypothalamic amenorrhea. And so I basically said, I think that I can do this. I think I can take it into my own hand. And I think that everything that I've been doing over the past 3 months is going to help that process. And this last month off of the birth control has been a trial month, obviously, to see if everything that I was doing over the last 3 months paid off and made sense, and to see if my body started functioning properly again. I do have like a period tracker app, and on the app, according to it, based off of my last few cycles on the birth control, it would have been my luteal phase last week, which made sense because I started having symptoms of an oncoming period, such as bloating, cramping, increased appetite, headaches, fatigue, all of that stuff. If you are somebody with a menstrual cycle, then you know these are signs of your period coming. And they were pretty intensified. I also had like a lot of emotions. I was really stressing because I've also had moments throughout the past year where I've had symptoms of an oncoming period and the period didn't come. So I was really freaking out. I was like, oh my God, is it going to happen? But regardless of what was going on in my mind, I still acted as if I was in my luteal phase because I was so convinced that I had figured it out. My body was going to work properly again. Lo and behold, yesterday at like 12:40, I started my period. Naturally, completely naturally. No birth control, no withdrawal bleed, no nothing. I was all natural and I couldn't believe it. I cannot tell you how much relief I had. Oh my God, I just dropped my brow gel. Okay, I can't tell you the relief and just excitement and clarity that I got when I tell you I was having a mental breakdown every single day last week because I was so scared that it wasn't gonna start. I mean it, and then it did. Not only does that confirm that my body is working properly again, but it also confirms that I don't have PCOS. I was diagnosed wrong, and it also just brings me so much clarity to know that I am very in tune with my own body. And now there are certain things that are going on within my body that I can explain. I feel like for a long time there was a lot of pain that I was experiencing or just side effects that I was experiencing that I could not explain, and now I know it's because like I am on my period. And I know that this sounds like crazy, but with something like PCOS, I feel like it's such a serious thing and it's so under researched. So whenever I got diagnosed with that, I was really scared and I didn't want to accept it, and I really didn't want it to be a part of my life. My heart goes out to anybody who does struggle with PCOS. You really are so strong for dealing with that every single day. Anyway, I don't regret taking the birth control. I honestly think that the birth control helped my cycle get back on track, but I also don't think that it would have stayed on track if I didn't incorporate more healthy fats and reduce my amount of exercise and like be more cautious with my body. I know that this is like girly talk. I don't know. This is, to me, this is like the biggest thing that could have happened. This means so many things. This changes the entire trajectory of where I thought my life was gonna go. And it's like, holy crap, like I can have kids if I want to. And there's just like, there's so much that goes into it. I don't know how to explain it, but the relief, the actual relief. And also just knowing that everything that I've been through in the last 3 months, trying to combat my own mind and going through hell on the birth control, wasn't for nothing. And now I feel like I know my body better than I ever have. And also I know to trust my gut. Seriously, trust your gut, regardless of what a doctor says. With that being said, today is a very weird day because I am in an immense amount of pain. My periods have always been painful throughout my entire life. I feel like I'm in so much more pain because my body just has not done this in so long. I feel like it's catching up from the last, it's literally almost been a year. And that is crazy to say. Last night I woke up at like 1:30 for no apparent reason, and I was in a lot of pain, like cramping really bad, especially my back. My lower back is killing me. It's honestly been killing me for like the last week. I was gonna try to fall back asleep. I couldn't. Eventually went to sleep at 5, and then I woke up again this morning at like 9:30 or something. My whole body feels so tense and sore and again, I'm in an immense amount of pain. Where is my blush? What is going... Oh, I found it. I just took some medicine. I usually don't take medicine just because I mostly forget, but I've been taking a slow morning. I got myself in the shower this morning and washed my hair. Like, that was the first thing that I did. I didn't bother exercising or anything because I just knew, well, I almost passed out in the shower, we're not gonna lie. Like, I was just like not... This is like the craziest experience. I don't know. Again, I think it's just because it's been so long since my body has done this. It's just catching up. So hopefully it gets a little bit better after this month. I feel like there's so many things that I could say about this and so many different directions that I could go in with this topic, but I'm gonna kind of stop talking about it now. I do have multiple videos on my channel that kind of explain my health updates, and you can kind of see the journey that I have gone through with all of this. Yeah, I would say my diagnosis was wrong. I was right in that. It was hypothalamic amenorrhea, and taking things into my own hands and taking the actions that I figured were necessary to fix it did fix it. That's the most clarifying thing that I could have got, and I'm so incredibly happy. My body works properly again. Where's my mascara? Why can't I find anything? I really need a new makeup bag because I just can't find anything. I have a migraine. I have eaten today. I'm trying to make sure that I get things high in iron, high in antioxidants. You guys know I eat a pretty clean diet, and I'm trying to focus on foods that will help like inflammation and stuff, but I am still in an insane amount of pain. Oh, also, this is just another feature I really like about this. Sorry, I know I keep talking about it. There's a lock. Now it's on and you can like pump it and then you turn it and it's off. Oh, also, I don't know if you guys can tell. I could definitely tell whenever I first got this. I got a mic for my camera, so the audio is gonna sound a lot better. Actually, you know what? I'll just show you the difference because it's crazy whenever you notice. Oh no, I forgot my highlighter. Hold please. I do this so messy, I just don't care. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do a lip today. I just don't really feel like doing that. We're gonna stick with chapstick. Sorry, I feel like my brain is all over the place. I'm kind of trying to think through this migraine. I'm like not doing the best, but like I'm doing better than I have in a very long time. Anyways, so here's the difference. This is with the mic on. This is with it plugged in, set up, everything. This is, I also have a windshield on it. So I'm gonna unplug it and you can hear the difference in the background noise. Do you see how it's like, it's the slightest little thing, but like there's so much static in the background. You probably didn't notice it in my videos because that was just like the typical way that I would record. But whenever I plug this back in, just like this, you can definitely hear the difference. That was also another Christmas present of mine. So thank you, Dad, for that present. I got the comforter and I got the mic. Very happy with all of that. I'm tired now. I need to fix the lighting. I have a ring light here. I'm trying. Hold please. One of my goals for 2024 is to have better lighting, like consistently. I have the tools to do it. I just get too lazy. That's gonna fall over. It's not the best, but it's better than it would be otherwise. It is 6:20. That didn't work the way that I wanted it to. I need to get like one of those clip-on lights. I know exactly what I need to do. I could literally just do this and not have this be in my way. I think that's good. Hopefully it stays. For the rest of the night, I plan to just read the textbooks and do all the assignments that I need to do by Friday. I am obsessed with aesthetic notes and like taking aesthetic notes. I love it. And I found like new fonts and stuff that I can use. They're nothing fancy. Like I don't go too much into detail because I don't want to spend too much time on them. I think it's important to spend time on your notes because I think the more time that you spend on them, the better that you're going to retain the information. But anyway, I didn't really have a point to this video. I just felt like pulling out a camera, talking while I was getting ready, updating on the situation. I feel like a lot has happened in 2024, even though we're only like a week and a half in. I also feel like everybody right now is coming out with videos about New Year's resolutions and New Year, New Me. Here's my thing, and I kind of said something about this on TikTok last year. I don't like New Year's resolutions. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't set goals for yourself. Goals? I love goals. I have year-long goals. New Year's resolutions, in my opinion, are just kind of setting yourself up for failure. It's one of those things that I feel like when you set resolutions and you try to create a plan, it's like whenever you start going to the gym. You're really excited about it for the first couple days, the first few weeks, whatever it may be, and then if you mess up, then you think that everything is bad and the whole year is gonna go wrong and all this. And I just feel like it puts you in the wrong mindset. Like if the start of the year isn't great, then the whole year isn't gonna be great. Well, let me tell you something. The start of my year, like the first day of 2024 for me, was not good at all. I worked 17 hours straight on New Year's Eve. I was exhausted on January 1st. I spent a lot of the day sleeping and then I had to work at 5. Was that how I wanted to spend my New Year's Day? No. I was so tired. I was super hungry because I probably didn't eat enough the day before. I just laid in bed and ate a bunch of food and didn't do anything until I went into work. I also had started showing symptoms symptoms of having a period and I didn't know if that was going to come. Like there was a lot of things going on, but that doesn't mean that the entire year of 2024 is going to go bad. That's just a day. I feel like people get into this mindset of like, if the first few days of the year aren't great, then the whole year is going to be bad. No, if this happened in the middle of May, you wouldn't even question it. It's just because you're putting pressure on the beginning of the year when you don't need to be doing that. The beginning of the year is just tomorrow from yesterday. New Year's resolutions within itself, it has kind of a bad rep and we have a bad mindset around it. I kind of like the idea more of setting like goals for the entire year or where I want to be by the end of the year, not who do I want to be at the beginning of the year. Does that make sense? Instead of setting resolutions, I have a word for 2024 and my word is balance. And I actually watched Miss Remy Ashton's like New Year, New Me vlog and her word is balance too, but I swear to God, I had the word balance in my head like before I watched that because I was actually thinking about it with everything that's been going on with my health and everything that has been going on with stress and everything. I feel like I've seen a lot of extremes these past couple of years, from isolation to stress to overexercise to eating to friendships and moving and thinking that I just feel like I've seen so many different ends of the spectrum on so many different things, so many extremes. I want to find that balance. A balance between how much I talk to people, when I talk to people, my social media usage, balanced meals, balanced amount of exercise, listening to my body, like being in tune with all of that. Like losing my period was like one of the scariest things that I had ever gone through. And for almost a year now, I never knew what was going on with my body. There would be so many things that happened to me and I'd be in so much pain and all of this and I just never knew what was going on. I never want to go through that again. So I want to make sure that like I check in with myself and I make sure that I'm okay. Everything is good. And now that it is confirmed everything in my body is working properly, like I can continue to do what I've been doing and figure out a routine that works best for me and my body. And I really think that by focusing on balance and having patience with myself and being a little bit kinder to myself, I will have a better glow up, not just physically but mentally. And I also think that I'll be able to find myself more. I think I know myself pretty well and I'm very in tune with who I am, but there's always room for improvement. That's all I ever want to do. And I want to learn more. Yeah, I don't know. I just balance with work and school and personal life and social life and all this other stuff, like just balance. I just like the idea of it. 2023 taught me a lot about what I'm capable of, about myself, about what I want, and I'm very thankful for it. 2022 did too. 2022 was probably one of the most transformative years of my life, just with everything that happened. And then going into 2023 with all of that and trying to navigate what happened in 2022. And then with everything that happened in 2023, I just feel like, again, the last couple of years have been so extreme. I want to find a balance. I do have goals for the end of the year. Things that I want to happen within this year. I would love to be able to get monetized on YouTube. I am seeing quite a bit of growth. Even with this little like couple week break that I've taken, I still have seen growth and I'm very, very, very grateful for that. I would like to eventually start making a little bit of money off of social media one day. I do put in a lot of work and time and effort into it, and it is something that I love to do, but it would be nice if it would pay off a little bit It would be nice if it paid off a little bit in a monetary way. Maybe help me get through school, help pay my bills a little bit. It'd be nice. And I definitely think that that's possible this year. I have like some financial goals that I would like to reach. I have some learning goals that I would like to reach, but also I don't like to set too many things in stone because I've been through enough of life to know that even if you plan something, it's not going to work out the way that you expected it to. I'm still at a part of my life where I'm just taking things one day at a time. I can try to plan, but things won't always work out the way that I want, and I have to be okay with that. Anyway, that was a whole ramble. Really need to get started on schoolwork. It is already 6:30. I would like to get all of my assignments done tonight, so I'm gonna put on Friends in the background, maybe put on some lo-fi music in my headphones. I like to just keep the TV on regardless of if I'm listening because it makes me feel like I'm not so alone. That is all for this video. Welcome to 2024. I hope that you guys had a great new year. I hope that if you did set resolutions for yourself or goals, that you're working towards them. I hope that everything has started out right for you. I hope that you guys grow. And if you haven't had a good start to the new year, just be patient. I promise things will get better. Things always get better. You will figure it out. All the good stuff. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!